We all, in our own ways, are a version of Pats in a world of Nickies trying to find the silver lining for your life or trying to find the Tiffany of your life. Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another edition of the State of the Saints. Normally, I'd start off with something cool or, you know, whatnot, but tonight I really have like, nothing too cool to do, and I'm actually just gonna talk about one subject tonight. Not gonna be long, like 10, 15 minutes, and the only topic I'm gonna discuss tonight is my upcoming book that I'm working on. Just basically what it's about, some spoilers, what I'm going to write about. That's pretty much about it of what I'm going to talk about. But before I begin, I just want to make one thing perfectly clear, which is the reason why I'm writing this book, or writing a book about my journey, to how far I've gotten to today, or how far I've come, I mean, and, what I hope to accomplish in the future. Um, so basically, a couple nights ago, after winning the Seahawks versus Redskins bet, I was able to take my father and my stepmom to the movies to see Silver Linings Playbook. And yes, it is my third and final time of seeing it, which kind of sucks, but then again, what are you going to do? But anywho, after seeing it for the third and final time with my dad and my stepmom, I felt something different. I felt, I want to write a book to try to help anybody, who is going through what I've went through or is currently going through what I went through. Because the truth is, you are not alone in this world. Okay? Um, just some advice on how to handle certain situations, um, things not to do, you know. But basically, it's just an autobiography, hopefully, to let anyone, again, who's going through what I went through, or, is currently going through what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Anywho, that's it on the reason why. Let's begin, shall we? Um, so basically, I'm chronicling some of my journeys that I've been through, some of my toughest, moments in life, how I was able to come through. Um, One of the things I'm going to be writing about, shit. Hold on, I'm sorry, I apologize. Um, Actually, time out. I gotta send this text real quick. So give me just like a couple minutes or seconds or whatever. I'll try to think of it. Okay. Um, One of the things I'm going to be writing about is my medical journey from, you know, originally, being told that I was diagnosed with FAP. You know, in reality, I was actually misdiagnosed with it. Um, when in reality, it was actually Cowden's syndrome. I believe you all remember my video from last year. Um, so Basically something like that. Also, just I'm gonna write something, in reference to Silver Linings Playbook, but also using it to my Asperger's disability and my autism, my high functioning, excuse me. I'm basically gonna make a reference to those and also my anxiety disorder, and some ways to control that, and some ways to, you know, learn to accept yourself for who you are. Um, so, basically just stuff like that. Um, just some of the high school times, some of the times I've had in the last year. Um, you know, just stuff like that. Another thing I'm going to write about is the journey I went through with someone that I know. I'm afraid, I cannot say the name on here at this time, but I will just say that I am going to write some about that. I'm going to dedicate a full chapter or two to that specific thing for my book. Um, you know, and then another thing I'm going to write about is just learning, you know, just my journey with acceptance, and how, you can overcome anything and you can achieve anything as long as you never give up, and as long as you just, believe in yourself, because the truth is you can do anything you set your mind to. Um, what I am going to do is I am going to give a little sneak preview. Well, meaning, like, even though I don't have it written down, just going to make up my own words as I go. One of the things I'm going to be writing about in my book. And it's just about, acceptance in this world. Um, so, you know, nobody in this world is perfect. And I mean nobody. I'm not perfect. My family's not perfect. Um, Certain people you idolize are not perfect. Reference Jennifer Lawrence, that, it's kind of weird or whatnot when you're idolizing actors, because they are not, you know, firemen, or, you know, people out there who do better for the world, like officers, doctors, nurses. And that is a perfect example. And right there is one of the reasons why I strongly idolize Jennifer Lawrence, and why I think she is definitely a one of a kind person in this world. Because she is not one of those divas like Audrina Partridge or Heidi and or Spidey, or Kristen. Still embarrassing that I can't pronounce her last name. Or JWoww, or Paris Hilton, or Britney Spears, or Demi Lovato, or freaking somewhat Jennifer Aniston, somewhat Jennifer Carpenter, even though I think Jennifer Carpenter is gorgeous. Um, you know, or I'm going to do three more, and then that's it for the reference part. You know, she's not like, who can I think of? Demi Lovato, Nicki Minaj. Speaking of which, I don't know why she's on American Idol. Especially if her and Mariah Carey have a feud. Um, Or who's a good one? Selena Gomez. There you go. Jennifer Lawrence is not like any of them, and that's why she inspires me so much. But back to what I was saying. You know, everybody has their own faults, and I mean everybody. Let me give you an example. Um, and again, I'm not going to talk much about this, especially, because I said earlier that I wasn't going to say it. But there's this friend of mine, well, old friend of mine now, probably. Um, I'm gonna be honest, that I used to have a die-hard crush on, but not because of the looks, but because of the heart. Speaking of which, I will talk more about it. But you see, I was having a heart to heart with my mom today, and she said I was feeling pretty bad, for feeling like I wish I could go back and fix a lot of things. Sometimes wish I wasn't overwhelming. But my mom made a very perfect example, and that's everybody has somebody they overwhelm. And that is so true. That is so true. Um, you know, that is absolutely one of the most truest things I have ever heard. And, it made me think, what was I feeling bad about to begin with? Ooh. Um, you know, the truth is I should have been honest with this certain someone from the get-go. And again, I'm going to write more about it in my book. I should have been honest with this person from the get-go, because sometimes I wish I wasn't who I was. I'm just going to be front up right now. Sometimes I wish I wasn't the person I am, because sometimes, if you're one thing too much, like me, because I care too much about almost everything a lot of the time. And, that could be a poison. And trust me, it has. But, you know, someday, with no expectations or outcome other than I just want to do the right thing and be honest and, you know, just do the right thing and just come clean and clear the air. I just hope that if that person is watching this right now, I hope that I can get the opportunity to look you in the eye and tell you that I am sorry for everything, for, making things awkward, for being too overwhelming. Um, but you see, again, like I said, everybody in this world has somebody, as crazy again as it may seem, that they overwhelm. And, you know, back to the sneak preview of the chapter, um, seriously, nobody is perfect. And that is why sometimes I question a lot of things these days because, you know, of the society we live in these days. You know, just because you make mistakes at anything does not mean you're a bad person. It just does not mean it. Sorry, let me start over. It just doesn't mean anything if you make a mistake. Because the truth is, there's only one person in this world who is perfect. I'm sorry, make that two. And they're not here on this planet. They're watching over us every single day. And I believe that. Again, not a hardcore religious follower. I am a hardcore spiritual follower, however. Even though I sometimes don't pray every day, I do believe in the Lord and I do believe in Jesus. And I believe we are all here for a reason. You know? No matter what, anything good will come out of a bad situation. You just got to believe in it. And I believe, people have been telling me for months, so I've just been trying to find myself and, trying to get, a new, happier me back. I believe that the Lord has something very special planned for me, and I'm damn well sure He has something special planned for each and every single one of you. But you see, honestly, I just hate the society we live in these days. I hate it. I hate to say that, but I don't like the society we live in these days. You know, Relationships being all about sex. Um, you know, People assuming the worst of someone else. People judging and, you know, always looking at the bad of someone. Um, you know, I just don't like it, you know? And I hope someday to make a difference in this world when it comes to stuff like that, because I hate sitting around, because I've experienced this a lot myself growing up. I just hate sitting around, you know, watching good people get hurt. I hate it. And I also hate sitting around watching sweet, kind, compassionate women being hurt by douchebag guys. I hate it. I hate it. Although, I've never really been in a relationship. Well, I haven't yet, anyways, in my 19 years of living on this planet Earth. Um, I've had to deal with the pain with the people that have experienced that, and it's not a good thing, you know. Girls, I have advice for you. I have a very inspirational message and also some very, even though you may not want to hear it, I have some very kind advice for you. Don't date douchebag guys. Don't date douchebag guys. Okay? The reason why, number one, they're idiots. They are diehard idiots. Okay? Number two, they will use you for the wrong reasons. They'll treat you like shit. They will make you do what they want. They will make you do whatever it is they want. They're rude. They don't give a shit about anything but themselves. Look, I can't control what you do, but I'm just saying. To all the very kind women all over the world, just look out for yourselves, okay? That's all I gotta say. Just don't get taken advantage of. Okay? Trust me. Um, you know, I seriously thought a couple of months ago that things were about to be the same as it once was for me growing up. Okay, well, actually, make that a couple weeks ago. Now, couple months, couple weeks ago, potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Um, I was having a family meeting. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a quick story because ever since that day, things have been going really better around here. We're all getting along a lot better. We're all, you know, just being there for each other a lot more. But I was having a family meeting a couple weeks ago. Okay, and I was able to tell my father something I thought I was never able to tell anybody, including him. I said to him, I don't want to get to a point where I feel like I've made a mistake. Okay? I told him I don't want to sit around playing Cinderella forever. Forever. You know, I do not want to feel like I'm living like I was in Missouri all over again, where I had to sit on the sidelines and wait. I said that because the truth is, sometimes you just got to look out for yourself. And I'm not talking about that specific situation because I still love my family and we're all doing really well right now. I plan on keeping it up. I'll do whatever it takes to keep it up. But back to what I was saying, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just got to worry about number one. You got to worry about yourselves. Okay? I know that there are some of you out there who are going to disagree with me on the whole, you know, motto God first, others second, people third, or I'm sorry, God first, others second, yourself third. All right, there we go. Here's what you need to do. When it comes to overall, focus on God. Focus on the Lord and focus on Jesus. But switch number 2 and number 3 around. Sometimes, and again, I know some of y'all are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. First Amendment, freedom of opinion, freedom of speech. I can't stop you. But my motto needs to be God and the Lord, or God and Jesus first, yourself or myself second, and others third. Because the truth is, people, there are some really mean folks out there, guy or girl, doesn't young, teens, old alike, that will fuck you over. They will fuck you over. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. You know, and because I've experienced that a lot firsthand. Okay? I've experienced that a lot throughout my life growing up. That's why, you know, if you're going to worry about anybody else, worry about your families. Or if you're in a true, honest, and meaningful relationship with a partner, worry about her and her family as well. But otherwise, people, you just need to focus on yourself. Okay? You need to focus on yourself. Trust me when I say that. Okay? Yeah. Um, in closing, even though this is probably going to last 5 minutes anyways, and I apologize if I'm kind of doing long pauses. I just trying to think of things about this topic to talk about this preview. So you see, anywho, over the last couple of years, I've had to put myself aside for others. I've had to put myself behind everyone else. The only person from here on out, you know, ever since the whole Mayan thing ended, the only group of people that I really care about is my family. Yeah, I'll have issues with my family at times. Uh, every family has their issues, but I still love. Yeah, I still love them. I trust them with my life, and also, you know, if you do have friends out there, close family friends, trust me, I have a lot. They're also a good group of people you can trust. Family friends, friends who you have known for a long time. I have this friend out there. His name is Lonnie Berry. He is a longtime best friend of mine, and he is always a brother. And I was not a good friend to him. I was not. You know, somewhere along the way, a couple years ago, I lost myself. I lost who I was. I've had to play on both ends or on both sides. 1 minute, I'm a hardcore partier where I drink. I really don't give a fuck what I'm doing. The other minute, I'm doing or I'm trying to get involved with the other group where like religious or whatever, and others, just pretty much anything in general. I have tried to fit in and be someone I was not. Let's just be honest here, people. The important thing is that as the years have gone by, I have realized that there is only one person outside of these following groups, outside of your family, outside of your future partner or her family, or outside close family friends. Outside those three groups on this planet, because overall, God and Jesus are number one, no matter what. Don't you forget it. Don't have to agree with me, but that's just my opinion. That God and Jesus are number one, and it's the truth. But outside of the Lord and outside of the three groups of people I have just listed, the only person that you need to worry about is yourself. Okay? Um, Sometimes you wish you can go back and fix things. Fix things or think about things that you wish you could have done better. But the truth is, everybody makes mistakes, you learn. There are a lot of things that I wish I could have fixed. There are a million, like this big, this big worth of things that I wish I can go back and fix. But the truth is, I can't. The truth is, it is what it is. You know? Two more things I'm going to say, and then I'm done with this State of the Saint for this time. I'm going to put on my beanie real quick. Just hang on. A little tired. By the way, quick side note. My Mavericks finally ended their losing streak, last night in Sacramento. 117 to 112. Good game. Um, hang on. Trying to think here. There are two good friends of mine out there. One of them I was talking about earlier, you know, when I was talking about the overwhelming thing that everybody in this world has someone they overwhelm. This other one was my best friend. I'm just going to give a quick point about this. I'm going to get to my main point on this subject, and then my closing statements, and that's pretty much it. Last year, I was an asshole. I was a big asshole to my best friend, one of my best friends. A couple years ago, and this is, again, not the whole thing, but I am going to say some of it. A couple years ago, this certain person saved my ass from embarrassment. And, you know, I made a very dumb mistake a couple years ago in Colombia. Something I wish I could take back. Some of you know what I'm talking about, others of you don't. That's okay. She really did me a favor by saving my ass from embarrassment. And if that person is watching right now, I just want to say, brother, I love you. I'm sorry about last year when I was acting like an asshole. You see, last year I did something really stupid after I lost it. Talk more about it in my book, but I asked my best friend to lie for me. I asked for him to lie for me. Because you see, I was being selfish. Even though I didn't agree with his choice of words and stuff, I know that deep down he was just trying to help me. And, you know, I really don't know what to say right now. I will say this to everyone out there who I have talked to about this situation. The truth is, it was actually my fault that it happened. The thing that happened with me and Nick was my fault, not his. Even though we both had a poor choice of words for each other, the truth is, it was not his fault. It was my fault. I was a selfish prick, losing my head, being selfish. The truth is, I need to stop being someone I am not. You know, because I was being somebody I wasn't, I've had a lot of bad experiences in life, socially, and trying to find my way in the world. But the truth is, I just need to be myself. I'm not perfect, but I'm not a bad person either. I have a message. I'm gonna get back to the whole Nick thing. Um, how can I say this? Brother, if you are watching this, and to everyone else who I have talked to about this situation, a lot of you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I am sorry for not giving you all the facts. I am sorry for, if I was not being honest. I deeply apologize. You know, I deeply apologize if I am not, brownies and rainbows and unicorns and sprinkles and Skittles. But I am sorry for what I did last year. Nick, brother, dude, I love you, man. I love you. And the truth is, you were right. You were right. You were absolutely right. Um, about everything. Um, you know, you were a good friend. You were, you always knew how to make me laugh. You had my back when I didn't deserve it. You saved my ass from embarrassment countless times. You really did. And I did not thank you enough. I did not show you enough appreciation. All I can say to everyone is that I am sorry. I fucked up. All I can do is try to get better. And that's what I've been trying to do for the last couple of months. Okay? My last thing, and then closing statements. Um, I guess maybe caring too much. Sometimes I'll worry, if that's what I did. I have a very bad anxiety disorder. I have a very bad, yeah, just pretty much that's it. I have a very bad anxiety disorder, pretty much, or not disorder, but anxiety issue. Um, Sometimes I wish I didn't have it. Sometimes I wish I didn't have that. Maybe then would things be different. Um, guess maybe I also apologize for caring too much. And I also realize, that some of the things I have done, in the past somewhat even now. They're trying to keep everything together, or try to build peace or somewhat. I think you all get the point. Maybe that was just not a healthy thing. And some of the things I've done, when I thought was going to bring people closer, was actually pushing people away. And to everyone, that has been affected by that, I apologize. I apologize. You know, I really do apologize. I know I can say it a million times, to a point, or if I do something to a point to the same person, I can say I'm sorry a million times. You may not forgive me, but what else am I supposed to do? That's all I pretty much can do is apologize and, remain hopeful, that I can have a future. And that's what I'm trying to think of this year about, the year of the silver lining. To everyone out there who, is having social issues or relationship issues with friends and whatnot, just know something. You are not alone. You are never alone. And in the great words of my friend Caleb Steele, when all else fails, a prayer always works. That's the truth. That is the truth. When all else fails, a prayer always works. That's the truth. Because the Lord is always on your side, whether you believe it or not. Him and Jesus both. Anytime in a negative situation, there is always a positive that will come out of it. And I believe with all my heart, especially with the way 2013 has started for me, I believe that this year will be my best year yet for me and my family. I believe, I hope you all find that belief as well, especially to anybody who went through what I went through or is currently going through what I went through. Excelsior. Take something negative and turn it into something positive. The New York State motto. And even if the people that you want to accept you don't accept you, the truth is that's okay, because even though certain people may not accept you for who you are, you still have people out there who love you and who think that you are the shit. It's a true fact. My mother tells me that all the time, that people say that. So does my father, so does my stepmom. They tell me that all the time. Same goes with my family. But the truth is, no matter what, you are never alone in this world. And if people that have told you, or try to act like they're the most perfect thing in the world, that they're better than everybody else, the truth is, they're not. They're not. They're not perfect. Because nobody in this world is perfect. And, again, I hope to someday make a difference in that department and help make this world a better place. My last statement before I end this video for tonight. Again, these are not the actual words of the chapter I'm going to write about in my book. This is just kind of my own words, which the chapter will be my own words as well, but these aren't the exact. Don't ever give up. Always believe in yourself. Excelsior, and as long as you continue to stay positive, you will have a shot at a silver lining. I believe that. It is the truth. And lately, with the way things are going, I believe that good things are about to happen for me and my family. And I hope to everyone out there that you find that part in your life too, that if things are going very well, that just believe that more good things are coming. And for anybody, who's going through a rough patch right now, just know that it doesn't last forever. And good things will definitely be coming out of that too. Okay? Anywho, that's it for my sneak peek of my book, the chapter of my book. I'm going to be working on it on my free time over the next couple of months. But I just wish. Sorry. I'm a doofus for saying that. I hope to release it sometime in the summer or fall of this year, or maybe by Christmas of this coming year. I think it's just going to be a great book. Again, I'm going to be chronicling some of my journeys, some advice in there, just a way to inspire people to achieve your dreams and to never give up, especially if you went through what I went through or gone through or currently going through what I went through. Just talking about advice on how to deal with a girl that you have real feelings for. Again, I'll be talking about that with a story of my own. Just ways to relax yourself when you're feeling anxious or stressed. And, just anything else that hopefully will be an inspiration to you and sharing my story with you. Okay? Anywho, before I go, I'm going to make some quick picks for divisional round weekend. I'm just going to make my winning prediction and score prediction. I'm going to start with tomorrow's games. Baltimore and Denver. I'm going to say that is a tough one because I think either team could win. But when you're facing against Peyton Manning and Demaryius Thomas and Eric Decker, especially since Demaryius Thomas and Eric Decker have become two of the superstar receivers in the league, I just think that'll be too much for Baltimore to handle. So I'm going to say Denver 34, Baltimore 17. Tomorrow night's game, Packers versus San Francisco. Y'all know who I'm going to go for on this one because I hate Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to go for San Francisco, and I'm going to say This one's a tough one. It could be a high-scoring game, so I'm going to say 37-34. Another epic playoff match like when San Fran faced my Saints last year. Sunday's matchups. Um, Seattle in Atlanta. I'm going to say, of course, I got to go with my boy, Russell Wilson, and Marshawn Lynch. I'm going to say Seattle 27-21. And here's why. I think Seattle's defense will be too much for Matt Ryan and company to handle. I think the defense will have, or Atlanta's defense will have a tough time stopping Russell Wilson scrambling and his accuracy, and then of course beast mode. My last pick is Houston versus New England. I'm gonna say Houston's gonna win that one. I don't think that's gonna be a high scoring game. I'm gonna say 17-14 Houston. Call me crazy, but I just believe that. And as history shows, the numbers never lie. Well, anywho, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for my State of the Saints book preview. I might make another one tomorrow night, State of the Saint, but it's going to be my first sports edition of the year where I will talk about certain sports topics. Go ahead and tell you what it's about. 5 topics. 1, I have a message for all the Tony Romo haters out there. I'm going to defend Tony Romo and why y'all shouldn't blame him completely for the loss at Washington. Okay. Number 2, the NFL Black Friday search for new head coaches. I'm going to make my predictions and recap what's been done so far. Number 3, I'm going to talk about both of my other Dallas teams. The Rangers, how I think we're going to have a good season this year, plus a little message to Mr. Hamilton. Still can't believe he went to the Angels of all teams. Yeah, I have a message for Joshy Boy. I'm going to talk about my Mavericks and how I think that even though, we've been struggling a lot throughout the season, I think we still have enough to turn it around and make a serious run. And then last but not least, what's a good thing to talk about? Ooh, tough one. Crap. I may do a little bit of mix. Saints, Mizzou, LSU. I might just do a little mix for the final. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for now. I guess till next time. Have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend. And ta-ta for now. See y'all. Night.